If you don't know me, my name is Ashley. I am a nurse and I tested positive for COVID-19. I'm an ICU nurse and I have been a nurse for almost 4 months. I've seen the worst of the worst, and when this whole COVID pandemic started, I was of course taking care of these patients. And so April 5th was the last day that I was in the hospital. The only, I guess, symptom, very early symptom would be a headache, and it was very minimal. It wasn't anything concerning. So I would just take Tylenol and go to work. And while I was, working with more of these COVID patients, I made sure to not go home because I didn't want to spread this virus to family members. Then I noticed around April 8th, I was on the phone and then I was eating, and all of a sudden I couldn't taste my food. I was like, what? Like, I can't taste this. So then I ate, something spicy, and it didn't taste like anything. I smelled it and I couldn't smell anymore. So I'm like, okay, I need to go get tested. Getting tested was a little hard, just based on different hospitals, policies, procedures. So I traveled a bit to get a test, and then I had my results within 24 hours. I kind of already knew, just based off of not being able to taste anymore. It came back positive, and if I'm being honest, I was a little nervous because of who I take care of at work, and I see the outcomes, and I'm automatically put in the high risk category because I have asthma. I'm pretty healthy as an adult, but as a kid, I was always in the hospital because just asthma and just growing with asthma. But now it's more so exercise induced. I would only take my inhaler maybe before I work out, and now I'm taking it every 6 hours. I'm sure that you hear me panting, but I can assure you I'm okay. It's just a symptom. April 9th, found that I was positive. April 10th and 11th was very hard. More symptoms started to arise. It felt like someone was sitting on my chest all day, all night. I felt short of breath for the first time, actually. Now I'm kind of used to it, unfortunately, but that was the first time I felt short of breath. And having asthma, you know what that feels like. But when it's not because of asthma, it's a little scary. So I was making sure to call the hotlines, speaking to nurses, monitoring my symptoms. That was the big thing for me. Throughout this whole time, I didn't really have an appetite and I couldn't taste anything, so I wasn't really interested in eating, although I knew I had to, so I did. Although everything tasted like cardboard. I would say it was the worst day. I would say the symptoms were more extreme. Being so tired, not like you had a long day tired, I mean like something is wrong tired. I had to force myself out of the bed almost every day because I knew staying in bed, I need to rest, but also not moving is not good. So I made sure to get up. If I could just walk in my room, I did that, and I would lay back down. But the 11th was very scary. I would always keep this little pulse ox near me, and it basically just measures, how well you're oxygenating. You just put it on your finger, and it tells you your pulse. So I've been doing good with that, but the 11th was very hard because when I woke up, I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt that before. I knew what it was. But when you're sick and it's all happening, it's very scary. My vision started to go, and and I knew my hearing was about to go, so I got up. Initially, I called my mom. She's upstairs. I told her to get down here immediately. Then I called 911 and I had EMS come. Lo and behold, I'm dehydrated. But also, my heart was doing something funny, so I needed my electrolytes replaced. And I did that. I took Powerade, a bunch of Powerade. And I hate Powerade, it's disgusting, but I drank almost 3 bottles now. Rested, and it's just very uncomfortable because all day you can't take full breaths, you can't breathe how you want to breathe. I've never focused on breathing as much as I have these past few days in my life. You know, even sleeping, I can't go to sleep now without, you know, distracting myself watching TV, because I will get in my head, I will make my heart rate jump up, and it will not be okay. So I've just been taking it easy, and here we are, April 12th. I'm doing much better. No fever, which is a big thing for a lot of people. Everyone's symptoms are different from what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I'm dealing with. Everyone's symptoms are different. I haven't had a fever. I've been ranging around 97, 98, which is pretty normal. I'm very sensitive right now to temperatures. I will like literally shiver if it's just a little bit cold in the room, and if it's hot, I'm just like drenched in sweat, so chills for sure. But I would say my breathing has gotten much better. I'm still short of breath, but my little pulse ox keeps me on track. I'm doing okay. I've checked in with nurses at the hospitals. So my big thing for recovery is sleep. I have been sleeping. I can't stress it enough. If you are sick, sleep. I've been staying hydrated. I've been drinking electrolytes. I keep my inhaler next to me. I keep a thermometer next to me. I check my temperature twice a day. And I just eat whenever I feel like it. My appetite hasn't really gone away. It's increased now that I feel like I'm in recovery mode. So I've been eating more and just taking it very easy. But I'm trying my best to just keep good spirits, keep moving around, and try to continue with the routine. But that's been my main thing for recovery. As you know, there's no cure or anything. So just treating your symptoms, staying hydrated, and staying positive. I cannot return to work until I am symptom-free for 3 days post-quarantine. For my hospital, it's 7 days and then 3 days of no symptoms. But the nurse was telling me the employees have gone into the 2-week mark until they are the 3 days post-symptom-free. So this is, I think, day 5 for me. So I've got a long way for recovery, but I'm getting there. My 2 weeks of, mandatory quarantine, I've got a long way to go there either way. So I'm not returning to work anytime soon. I have had so much anxiety about just thinking about work, because that's what I do, is take care of these patients. And now that I got sick from it, it really just shows how contagious this virus is. And no matter how clean or how perfect you feel like you put on your PPE or take it off, this virus is still just hanging around. I made sure to always change my clothes before I came home. I would shower, do everything, to decrease the spread, and still I caught it. So that's very stressful to think about. Leaving a war zone, getting sick, and knowing that you have to go right back. People say, well, you signed up for it, and I signed up to care for patients, but I did not sign up to not have the personal protective equipment that I need. I did not sign up to have anxiety attacks, to go into these depressive states because of work. I did not sign up for that. And so I feel like a lot of people who don't work in healthcare, they don't quite get it or understand how it feels to truly be on the front lines. It's very scary, it's very dangerous, and I feel like everyone who steps into the hospital is making a sacrifice each day for their health. You know, they're sacrificing their health to care for your loved ones, and I think that that is a true act of bravery and courage. So thinking of work, it's scary to go back, but I know that I'm making a positive impact on other people's lives. So we're all gonna get through this, and I think that sharing my story, just letting people know, especially young people, that it definitely can affect you. It's claiming the lives of many, but a lot of young people are just like, oh, it can't happen to me, whatever. And I kind of thought that too. As I was taking care of these patients, they were a bit older than me, and I'm like, oh no, I'll be fine. I'm only 22. I'm in good health, and look at me now. So I think we should all just continue to take the necessary precautions in order to maintain our health. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for more videos.